So for the first time in seemingly a very long time, not only have we had a sprint race, we also had a Red Bull and Max Verstappen win for the first time since Spain, I think, off the top of my head. It's been a very long time either way. But yeah, here's the review, guys. Here's the review, the 5 things that we learned from the USGP's sprint race this evening. So let's start with Lando Norris on this one, because he definitely had an eventful day today and absolutely a chance missed, really. Now, fortunately for Lando Norris, it's only partial points effectively for sprint races. It's not as many points as you get in Grand Prix, and each position only loses you 1 point. But yeah, he ended up in P3 today. He started in P4 after not the worst qualifying, but not the best either. He had a really good start though. Very gritty and determined start, really going down the what ended up being the inside of George Russell to get P2, and he was closing in on Max Verstappen in the early parts of the race, but eventually his tyres just seemed to go away and he fell into the clutches of the Ferraris, and he made a very key mistake to let Carlos Sainz through. On the last lap, he made a lock up into the first corner on the last lap. Because of that, he lost P2 and he nearly lost P3 as well on top of that, going into the back part of the circuit. Charles Leclerc went for a move and had to take avoiding action. Now, Leclerc said that Lando Norris moved under braking. I need to see some more of this, to be honest with you, to give a full judgment, but my initial reaction is that really Lando Norris was just driving extremely defensively, which he has every right to do, being the car ahead. I'm sure some people will say that Charles Leclerc was either a bit too ambitious with that, or maybe Lando Norris on top of that was also too aggressive in his defence. But at the end of the day, it's up to Lando Norris to take the racing line, and for me, I don't think the stewards are going to give a penalty with this post-race, but we'll have to see on that. That is unconfirmed, of course, but as it stands, Lando Norris in P3. Let's talk about Red Bull next though, because Red Bull seem to be very much back. Now, I said this in my sprint qualifying review earlier on this weekend that, you know, Max Verstappen getting his first pole position since Imola of any kind, since the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix way back in, when was it, June time, something like that, a very long time ago either way. And yeah, converted his pole position today to a sprint victory, which was seriously impressive. He really did drive well today, did just enough to keep Lando Norris outside that DRS zone, and in the end won relatively comfortably. He is getting a massive confidence boost. That, yes, it is 2 points gained in the championship, but you know, it's not just about that, it's also about the confidence of that as well. That Red Bull car does look a lot faster, you know, and Max Verstappen is actually able to win with it now, which he was not able to do for the longest time. Let's talk about Haas as well in their home race, one of their home races this season. Again, massively impressive today. P7 for K-Mag, P8 for Hulkenberg, the best of the rest really with that, finishing ahead of the likes of Sergio Perez and Oscar Piastri as well, who were climbing through the pack to try and get into the points. But yeah, fantastic day to Haas. It's a bit of a shame that it's only 3 points for them, really. They really do deserve more than that for their performance today, but the Grand Prix will be on later this weekend, so let's see how they can do in that one. You never know, longer race, more attrition, we could really see Haas with some serious points this weekend and able to overtake RB into 6th place in the Constructors' battle. Ferrari next as well. Now, I said Ferrari were very impressive in qualifying and really should have potentially done more with that, and they did more in the race today. Carlos Sainz with P2, a really big battle between Leclerc and Carlos Sainz during this race as well. It looked as though it might actually cost them, if not outright position on the track, just overall time. But in the end, once that was sorted out, Ferrari were looking seriously quick, and they really could have got a double podium today. Charles Leclerc so close to overtaking Lando Norris at the end, but P2 and P4 for them, very encouraging. The highest scoring constructor of today as well, and that battle between Red Bull, McLaren and Ferrari at the top of the Constructors' Championship, all these points are going to be crucial. So again, fascinating to see how they get on in qualifying later today and in the race, the Grand Prix race tomorrow too. Let's talk about George Russell as well, because George Russell really could have got into P2 today. He was battling with Lando Norris as well, and he put a really good attack on the McLaren driver early in the race in this one. He seemed as though he was going to get past him, but a very good defence again by Lando Norris stopped George Russell from doing it, but it cooked his tyres. His tyres were ruined after that. It was front left, he said, was absolutely toast, and unfortunately, just like toast, it crumbled, as did his race performance. He got overtaken by the Ferraris. I think he ended up just ahead of Sir Lewis Hamilton in the end, but yeah, it really could have been more for Mercedes today. They looked like they had good race pace in the hands of George Russell, but unfortunately, not the tyre longevity that you would hope for from a team at the front. So yeah, disappointing for Mercedes. Not the worst day by any means, but again, looking comfortably fourth in the overall pecking order, miles ahead of the likes of the Haas and the Aston Martins and Sergio Perez and Oscar Piastri as well. But yeah, disappointing for Mercedes overall. Some decent points, but it probably should have been more. At least they would have been hoping for more anyway. But yeah, there you go, guys. Those are the 5 things we learned from the US Grand Prix sprint race this evening. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Who was your driver of the day? For me, maybe Carlos Sainz. If not him, probably Max Verstappen, because again, Verstappen did an excellent job today, in my opinion. Perfect so far for him in this weekend so far, but can he continue it into Sunday? Let's see. But yeah, let us know your thoughts about it in the comments below, guys. We'll see you very soon for some more USGP content here on the F1Chronicle.com. Have a good one, guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you very soon.